Hello. What's going on, my friends? Wait, I can't even see myself right now. Freddie, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Oh, there we go. Oh, someone called right when we were starting, and then I couldn't even see us. I was like, what happened? Where did I go? Hello, everyone. We are back with the token and the truth. We've been gone for a few weeks, but Freddie and I are back. Happy Juneteenth, right, Freddie?
Yes, yes. Happy Juneteenth. It's Juneteenth, man. So shout out all the black people that's keeping on, keeping on.
Yeah. Did you do anything to celebrate, Freddie?
Man, I was in Nashville. I actually just flew back to New York maybe like 2-3 hours ago. So
Always in
I
the move, Freddie. Always in the move.
no who look who talking.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But you and
You-
I both are always living on a plane, Mr. Delta. This is Mr. Delta, you guys. If you ever need any tips on what to do with your airline, anything, Freddie is your guy.
Yeah, I just saw on Chase they got a 20%. If I transfer my points from Chase to Aeroplane, which is Air Canada, I get a 20% bonus on
Oh,
my points transfer. And they have like first class award seating damn near all around the world for like 150K, 200K points, and I got 350K points. So
well, I don't want to get him started on his Delta soapbox because he'll go on for the whole podcast. He really will. But we are excited to be back. We've had some
yeah,
juicy topics we've been sitting on, which I'm super excited to get into. We're going to be talking about sexual fantasies in your relationship, if you should or should not share them. Interested to see Freddie's thoughts. And then we'll also be talking about a couple who's been in the news quite often, Gabrielle Union and Dwyane. Okay, I can't even finish it and you're already rolling your eyes. Jesus. Okay.
I
Well,
mean, D Wade and old girl, man, they just.
I
But
know there's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot to unpack there. And then we'll be talking about another hot couple on the on the news. Wasn't on our bingo card for 2023. Bill Murray and Khalees getting that milkshake.
yeah, that's what's going around. So we gonna see.
We are gonna see. What should we start with, Freddie? What are you
Uh,
feeling?
let's let's start with D Wade and Union, man. Let's start with her being
Um,
weird.
All right. So we're going to start with D Wade and Gabrielle Union. So they recently were in the news because Gabrielle Union recently shared that they have a 50-50 household. In an interview, she said that she is a working woman and she contributes to the household. People came after D Wade and her saying, oh, it shouldn't be 50-50. Why are people talking about their business like this? Who cares? And then D Wade responded just to be clear of why the situation is what it is. And he said they are 50-50 with what they have together, but whoever they contribute to on the outside of their lives, I guess helping family members, other children, etc., they're 100% in that. And then he made a comment specifically about it being his house when they were in Miami, I believe. And Gabrielle said, no, ma'am, I will not be with
Wait, do you have a video? Can you play the
the
clip? Do
clip.
you have a video?
Oh, God. Okay, let me try to find it, Freddie. You know how I am.
Oh, I'm thinking you had the
Do
clip
you
up.
have
Hold
the other video ready? The sexual relationship one ready to go? Because you're the one who sent me that. Okay. Let's see.
Did I? I mean, because that was like you've been so busy. I don't forgot.
See how he tries to put it on me, ladies and gentlemen? Just throw it at me.
Hey, I mean, we gotta keep it above.
No, we've both been busy, Freddie. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. We're looking. Okay. I have the one. Okay. Let's see. Hold on
All
one
right,
second.
here,
Guys. I
you
got
got
it.
it because I got it up.
Oh, go. You go. Which one are you bringing? Dwyane Wade?
Yeah, D Way. So
Okay.
yeah.
I
So
think you should play hers first, though. Just to
oh,
see.
I got you. You got hers. I got D Wade's.
If you scroll, if it's the same interview, then hers is on there too.
I,
See the
I I
shade
got on
room?
Club Shay Shay. I got on Club Shay Shay. I got
Shout
the
out
whole.
to
I got the whole clip that he say from Club Shay Shay. So guys, you just tuning in.
I have
What
hers. I have hers.
Okay, if you just tuning in, like I said, we're talking about the first topic, D Wade, Gab Union, 50-50. Shout out to your mama, she's in the building. But yeah, because people talk about bringing stuff to the table and what you bring to the table, 50-50, all this type of stuff. And so D
I know
Wade
my
finally
mom's thoughts on
addressed.
that.
Gab Union. So you got Gab Union's clip?
I got Gab Union's quick clip ready to go. Okay, let's play something about, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything. We'll play it first before I make my comments, and then we'll just leave it at that. Okay, here we go. Hold on 1 second.
She's a little tech, you know.
Okay, we're gonna
talent.
go back and then we'll start it over again.
Okay, you got y'all bear with Drea. She's a little tech challenge.
Oh, is it not working? Oh, I didn't press share.
I'm trying to find peace in the journey. Not
hold on, let's go back.
Using my anxiety.
I am so bad at this, guy.
Scarcity mindset to be my engine, which is hard.
Can you guys see it?
It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household we split everything 50-50.
Okay, here we go.
But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts this. There's always this like gorilla on your back that is like, you better work. You better work. You know, you gonna sleep in? You know, somebody might not eat.
Freddie's face.
I struggle with that still, just because I think I just have more responsibilities, you know, for my money. So I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open. You know, well, what does that mean? Am I going to have enough to hold everybody up? And everyone's like, it's coming. Like, calm down.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety and scarcity mindset to be my engine.
Okay, that's it.
Anything that goes on with our daughter, 50-50. We share it together. Now, it's some things I pick up versus some things she pick up, but she does something I do something.
Right.
If we take a yacht trip, we could do it 50-50, or I can do it myself. But my wife is a working woman.
Right.
She's a boss and an independent woman in her own life.
Right.
She's like, I'm gonna put, you know what, that little 200 that you was gonna spend on this, I'm gonna throw something else on there and we're gonna go on a bigger trip. We're gonna ball out. Like, this is my wife. Right. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I like having a wife that's like, that's cool, you can do that. The house we live in, thank God, in Hidden Hills, nice house.
Right.
Whatever millions. We could have had a nice house on my 50% too.
Right.
It'd have been nice.
Nice.
She was like, no, let me put something else on and let us live a little different.
Oh, yeah, they got a little bigger.
So we probably share 3 things in our life that we 50-50 on.
Right.
Everything else, I'm 1,000% and she's 1,000%.
Right.
And so we decided that certain pieces of our life we would share in it. Our daughter, anything that goes on with our daughter.
Well, okay. I mean, everyone, you can already see Freddie's face, how he feels. Now, look, I have some conflicted thoughts because they've been in the media a lot for his daughter. People come after D Wade saying that he's the wife and Gabrielle Union is the husband. Look, the 50-50 thing, I don't know. I know how my mom feels about that. Now, look, I don't mind being 50-50. I just don't want to have to be 50-50. So, like, I don't want to have to be. But you know what? For me, I wouldn't mind contributing. That's fine. I think that's great. I do think in their dynamic specifically, it is creating an interesting gosh. You know what, Freddie?
Come on, tell the truth, shame the devil, Dre. Just tell the truth, shame the devil, Dre. Come on, you stay biting your tongue.
Yeah, this one's tough. I mean, even like Gabrielle Union's her whole, like the way she's sitting and look at the way Freddie's looking. This one's tough. This one's tough for me because I do like Gabrielle. I do. I find her interesting, especially the way she speaks. But yeah, I think their dynamic is she's more of the dominant one, probably, which sets up, you know, she's going to contribute. But look, she, like he said, she's a boss. She's a working woman. She has her own money. And he said the words to her, this is my house. And I feel like for me, I would probably have the same response where I would be like, well, listen, Mom, Gabrielle, we don't know if Gabrielle runs it. We don't know, Mom.
Your mom ain't lying.
We don't know. But that is that's the vibe that they're giving out. And that's why D Wade came on to this other interview to clarify. But it doesn't seem like he did any good by going on to clarify. But look, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough for me.
It ain't tough, Dre. It ain't tough. You just bite your tongue. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. But a lot of you guys, don't know, if you don't know, Gabrielle Union has talked about this. Gabrielle Union was brutally raped at work
She was.
when she was younger. And I think like that is a very traumatic situation. That is a very traumatic situation. And based off how she moves, me just looking at it, it looks like there's still recovery that's needed from that. Like you got to be intentional about that type of stuff, because here's the thing: when that happens, it will affect obviously your interpersonal relationships with somebody you choose to be with. And so here's the thing with that: if you don't get that together and you go into a relationship, then it's poop compounded on poop on top of poop on top of poop. So the thing is all that poop that's at the bottom, when you go to address your issues, when you finally decide, not saying she's never addressed it or never tried.
She has. She very much has, Freddie.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you try, you gotta dig through all this poop to get down to the root of it all. And I don't think she's dug all the way down to the very beginning root, because you look at that. Now, here's the thing: I get the concept of money and wanting to have the money and wanting to make sure that you got the proper money and to pay everything. They rich and all these different things. The thing is D Wade, she said it's a scarcity mentality. One, where Gabrielle is speaking from. Then D Wade, to what you said, D Wade came and compounded on top of that when he said like, oh, we can have a house, but then she could put on what she got. We got an even better house. Why is there such a chase and a run for more and more and more? If you live in the hidden hills, you in LA, Drea. If you live in the hidden hills, you lit. Like, God dang, what else you trying to do?
But
you in the hidden hills.
They have a nice house in Hidden Hills. It's not cheap. And to be fair, Freddie, this woman makes a lot of money. They both make a lot of money. If I'm in Gabrielle's situation and my husband's also successful, they're both in the public eye, I actually don't see anything wrong with them getting a house together and both contributing to the house. I don't think anything's wrong with that.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I think that's fair. If you get a little upgrade, why not?
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm not speaking to, she contribute. She got money. She contribute. You contribute or whatever the thing right there. The first thing I'm saying, it's a lot of things that's the issue. I'm just at one. Number one. One is the scarcity mindset that she has. And you can tell that it's bled over into D Wade, and D Wade's just trying to placate her, because going back to your mom just said it. She's right here. We got it up there.
I already got it up there.
Right, Gabrielle runs it. So since she runs it and she says stuff, then D Wade will follow her. D Wade starts to adopt that scarcity mentality, like, oh well, she. Like the thing is that you have to be content
from her family, like contributing to her family. That's what she's talking about.
Listen, what I'm saying. You have to be content. You have to be content in who you are and whose you are and what you have. The way she's talking, she's not content in herself. That's why it's always more. Let's do more. To what he just said. He said that, oh, I could do I could have a big house on my own. She could have a big house on her own. But then we come together, we have an even better house. Right. It's like, why? What is the point? What is the point if your mentality is already like, I gotta work, I gotta do this to pay for this? That's the first thing. Second thing is the big part of it, which you can see in the comments that some women were leaving, but then people supporting it, is the fact that people were like, he made her feel unsafe. What? Because he said this is my house. Now, him using that terminology, is that the best terminology to use? No. It was not the best terminology to use.
Wow, I'm gonna ring the bell. We agreed.
Right. That was not the best terminology to use. But also the thing is, if you're married to somebody, you should know that person. You should be one with that person. There should be some type of connection to know, like me. Like, for example, me. I can say my last 3 relationships I've been with, especially my last relationship, if I had said that, she would not have felt threatened or anything at all, because she know you with me.
You don't think
if you with me, you good. It don't matter if it's my house. It don't matter. Wait. Listen, this is time the man talking, Drea. So be quiet.
God, shut up, Freddie.
Yes. Any one of my women know, if you with me, you with me, you good. It don't matter if I say this my house, my car, whatever. You know that you included in that, because you my woman, and so you good. It It ain't no like, oh, I'm gonna take it and you gonna be on alone. You gonna be. Anybody knows, even at work, when I'm managing, when I'm the leader, I'm the manager, I'm the lead, or I'm directing things, I tell everybody I work with, if you roll with me, you good. And people who know who work with me, they like, whatever Fred say do or whatever Fred say go, I'm gonna do that because he gonna take care of me and I'm gonna be safe. So the thing is that for her to feel unsafe just because he said that one sentence.
Comments though, you're listening to the comments. But continue.
But I'm going off what these, because obviously those women, they would feel unsafe in their mind. But that's my point. Like, why in the world would you feel unsafe with your husband? Somebody that you decided to go down the aisle and commit your life to, he said that and you feel unsafe. How do you put yourself in that situation is beyond me.
This is what I'm saying. We don't know what the context of this conversation was. So clearly there was some sort of, in my opinion, an argument of some sort. And he said, oh, well, this is my house. And to a woman like Gabrielle, and if this was my situation, you know, if you saying something to me like in a threatening way, like this is my house, then I'm like, okay, well, cool. Then whatever we're doing next time, this is going to be our home. So you don't say things to me like that. That's how
why? So here's the problem.
Somebody was saying something to her where he was like making a decision that she didn't like.
I mean, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with this is,
oh Lord,
what I understand with your mom, the women say is my house too, exactly. But the thing I think I understand is why, as a woman, if I was a woman in that situation,
I get what
my
you're
next
saying,
thing would, like, if I was a woman and the man said that to me, like, this is my house, why would you not just say explain? Like, have him explain, like, oh, this is your house? Explain what you mean by that.
Well, I can't comment on their communication skills or involvement, Freddie. However,
you see what I'm saying? Like
it triggered a response to her. It sounds like Gabrielle, like she said, comes from a scarcity mindset. I'm not really sure the correlation of the rape that she went through. However, I know that she's a working
trauma. It's a trauma response.
It's a trauma response.
Gabrielle has a lot of trauma response. If you watch her, she has a lot of trauma responses with different things.
She's a little wound up, which I can relate to. However, I know that I'm just saying, I understand she's helping her whole family. And when she said this thing, I got to get up, I got to go work, I got to go do this. I think maybe that's in some ways what some maybe more traditional women are saying, that she didn't feel safe. But whatever was said in their relationship between them two and their whatever this conversation was, it was made for her to feel like, you know, she needed to bring her whatever she needed to bring to the table, because she didn't feel safe that it was going to be taken care of by him. And he seems to be fine with it. He's like, okay, well, now we have a pool and a hot tub. Look, he said it. He said that he was.
So when I said trauma response, it's Gabrielle's feeling to be in control. If you notice, Gabrielle has to be in control. She has to be in control. If she's not in control, she starts to lose it. And like I said, that goes back to what I was saying about that initial traumatic experience, because in that experience, she doesn't have any control. It's all based on somebody else. So then you get in this place to where I must have control. If I don't have control, I can't be in the situation. There's a constant lashing out to understand that. And you find that, like, I've watched like a bunch of, like, talk to psychiatrists and watched a whole bunch of stuff and read a whole bunch of papers. Like, you can go online and read people's dissertations from college. I don't know if people knew this, but you can go online, every college, every major somebody does, you can read their dissertation and their findings. And usually what you find there is if women go through that, it's a control, which makes sense. Obviously it makes sense, but you have to deal with that so that it doesn't carry in other relationships and you don't press that upon somebody who actually is here for you, actually loves you, and actually like imagine loving somebody, being with somebody, and you're trying to be with them and walk that walk, but they're fighting for control from you when you're not even trying to take the control from them.
But we don't know the dynamic. Like, I mean, you're speaking from a level of people who've been to therapy, you're communicating, and you've worked on yourself. I don't know. I mean, Dwyane Wade doesn't sound like an idiot, but I don't know his level of involvement. Maybe he doesn't make her feel safe. Maybe they do have some holes in their relationship, which they are exposing to everybody. You know what I mean? Look, in a nutshell, Gabrielle definitely seems like,
it's hurt. Gabrielle is hurt. She needs to get back together, but she probably won't, because she run a relationship. Like your mom said, it's obviously like she runs D-Wade, and that works for her. She got the control that she wants. So it's like, why?
Maybe they have a balance, a nice 50-50. That's why he came on.
And then here's a third thing I didn't mention. Like, they both obviously love money. They have a deep infatuation with money, and that, I think, that causes a lot of the other issues and the things and problems in the relationship, because especially Gabrielle, who runs the relationship, her thing is money, making money, having money, and she loves money.
I'm gonna defend them in one space, because they do live in LA, and living here for, over 15 years, I think that there's a keeping up with the Joneses mentality, and I don't think it's a thing of they love money. I just think it's they're in the industry, they're in the scene, and it's true. And there's just an energy here that comes with living here, and you do feel like you got to get more and you got to do the thing. And it just is what it is. And to settle into something where that is not the case, I think it's difficult, especially Gabrielle, like being African-American and working in this industry. There's just a lot of pressure. And she comes from like a struggling background where she feels like she has to do all these extra things and take care of people, as she said in the interview. So that, I get it. Mom, what do you mean there's a facade? What's a facade, Mom?
So you're saying because they live in LA, they should be caught up in that, keep up with the Joneses thing?
I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying I understand.
You defended them and broke all that down.
Because you said they love money. I don't think that's what that's about. That's my opinion. I don't think that's what that's about. I think there's a mentality.
There's a lot of people out there that love money.
That you feel like you got to like keep up and do the thing. And there's all this pressure that especially just comes with being in the industry. It just does. So that I understand. That's what I'm saying. You can frown your face all you want.
Yeah, you're basically saying a lot of people in LA love money. Money is the motive. It's money.
Keeping up. Yeah. Like he said, like, oh, now we have a bigger house. They probably would have had a very nice house in Hidden Hills, but now they got a couple extra square feet because they're going 50-50.
The love of money is the root of all evil. Anytime you find somebody who loves money, you will find evil surely following them, surely thereafter that. And like I said, there is an exhaustion of them chasing, because they primarily Gabrielle isn't fulfilled, and so that is put on D Wade. D Wade just follows that, because he's not gonna go back and forth.
She's fulfilled in her career, and so she's still, as she said, she's still chasing to get whatever it is she thinks she needs to get, even though she's wildly successful. I mean,
exactly. And what she's chasing, she will never get, because it's not tangible. That's the whole thing. It's not, she's chasing something that's not tangible. I mean, it's so evident with Gabrielle. I mean, it's sad, and she's a beautiful woman, and and she's talented.
A lot of people aren't a big fan of her. A lot of people aren't a big fan of Gabrielle, but I mean, I get her. I understand.
I mean, because these things come out. These things, like, because they're both in the public eye, and the thing is that they right. You see, like, she will never be fulfilled, and it's like they're both in the public eye, and they both are trying to utilize their celebrity to make money. And they're like, if you can tell, they always doing something. It don't matter what it is. It seems like they will do anything to make another check.
Because the thing is, Freddie, right now, especially as an artist, if you don't have, I don't even know is Dwyane playing? He's not playing anymore, right? Am I crazy?
No, he's retired.
Yeah, he's retired. Right. So Gabrielle, as an actress, and I'm not going to speak for her, but it's like if she doesn't have something that she's consistently working on, she probably feels this need, like, what's next? What's next? What's next? And so I'm only saying that because even as you get it, like, it's job to job sometimes. Yes, Gabrielle's successful. She has money coming in. She's done shows. I'm sure she gets a lot of residuals. However, I think she's still sort of like waiting for this big thing. And maybe she thinks all of this is going to go away. That's what I sense from her interview, like the scarcity thing. That's just what it is. So she's chasing something. You can see it. It's obviously affecting their relationship. Now they feel like they have to defend it. And so here we are.
And that's my point. It's control. It's control. Like, she can't live life and fall into her soft area as a woman and rely on Dwyane, because Dwyane has a shoe deal that he still gets paid for. He has NBA residuals, endorsements. He has commentating. Not enough for her, because she wants control. She does not want to be in a situation to where she feels like she has to cede control to Dwyane and depend on Dwyane. She wants to be self-sufficient, independent. No, she is independent. She wants to be of the mind that
called her a boss. You heard him.
But the thing is he like Dwyane called her a boss because he has to live with her. That was just a smart move on his part. To go, she's a boss, and try to protect her, even though he didn't do a good job protecting her, but it's so hard to protect Gabrielle because of how she moves and things that she says. She says and how she moves. And anybody who's privy can see that it's the control factor. That if she loses control, she doesn't have control. She doesn't have her own money to move however she want to move, when she want to move, how she want to move, where she want to move. It's going to be a problem for her, and she starts to break down. And you can see that.
Well, I relate. So I totally relate. I relate. I understand the feeling. I get it. And you know what? I sympathize with her because, yeah, she does have a baby now, Mom. That's true. And I think it slowed her down a little bit, but I think maybe it didn't. Maybe it motivated her to even do more. I don't know.
Are you gonna see Gabrielle tomorrow or something, Dre? Let us know.
I had a picture of Gabrielle Union in an 8x10 frame when I was like 17. I love Gabrielle Union. She's the first Black woman.
I met her too. I met her when I was 24. She gave me a hug.
Yeah.
Look, I met her. She gave me a hug. Took a picture. It was super nice. But
I loved her because she sounded like me. She was the first Black woman on TV I ever heard that sounded like I did. So I was like, oh my God, I love her. But I can tell Gabrielle, she's a Scorpio. She's a little intense. I'm sure. But I get it. Because when you're saying, I'll be honest, when you're saying to me, sit back, relax, the man, you don't have control with the money. I'm like, oh God, I get it. I mean, I don't know if I would ever be comfortable being a woman that didn't bring any sort of income to the household. Like that would probably never happen.
I mean, here's the thing. What I'll say. I mean, I think most men, especially men of my ilk, your more higher value men,
the PT, what is it?
PTPs, prime time. So the thing is like the men in that ilk. Most men you'll find it's not that don't work and don't bring no money. Like if you want to work, you want to contribute, that's fine. That's up to you, but it's not necessary. It's no pressure. There's no pressure. Do what you want when you want to do it. Exactly. It's right. And so the thing is that you look at Gabrielle and relate to her, but Gabrielle, like that ain't you. Like you just said, you don't want to have to.
I understand.
I don't know why. I don't know why you understand Gabrielle.
When she was speaking, Freddie, I understand that mentality of feeling like you got to work, you got to help people, you got to do the thing. I get that. I've been there.
The LA life, right? I mean, you might understand the LA life.
That's not just an LA thing. I'm not even speaking about the money thing. I'm just talking about that sense of you have to keep going and you have to keep figuring it out, and you have things to take care of, and that like monkey on your back. Like I relate to that. That's what I'm saying.
And she said she got a gorilla on her back, not even just a monkey. Like Gabrielle, like thing is Gabrielle, I get where she's coming from the trauma experience, the trauma she's going through. She's just going through a lot right now. And then she and Holly Weird, that's just exacerbating the whole situation.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
It's just she just operates out this evil place because of the love of money, trying to chase and get the money, and it's eating her up inside. So, I hope they get it together. But Gabrielle Union and D Wade, that relationship, I wouldn't suggest to anybody. I'm like, no.
I mean, on the outside, it appears that it's working for them.
No,
but
it's not.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. I remember I interviewed D Wade when he was with the Heat with Shaq. Was early in his career. He was very soft spoken and a very quieter guy. He's kind of come out his shell a little bit with just being in the industry and knowing that to do that to make more money. You know what I mean? But that's not him being outspoken and being more of an alpha male. Like Dwyane is a beta male. And when I say beta, I'm not saying it as from the standpoint of a knock or a diss to him. It's just some men are just beta. They don't have that like, hey, they'll step up. Hey, look, I'll take over. We need to do this. And like
you got from the interview.
No. I'm talking about D Wade from when I first met him. I saw him come to the league and I met him, talked to him, interviewed him, and was with him. And we had an after party. Him, Shaq, Udonis came and hung out with him like that just about that whole day. And then I've seen him traverse. Like it's nothing about him that gives like, okay, alpha male in life. Now in sports, he's competitive. He's a competitive person. He wants to win, and that will to win would drive him to even if you notice on the court, he's not a Jordan, he's not a Kobe type leader. He was more like, I'm gonna go out here and do, and y'all follow me. Some NBA players are. He's more beta.
If that's the case, right? Let's just say you are correct. Then with Gabrielle's personality, then they work. Then it works. That's probably
what I'm saying. Like it works because D Wade just kind of like falls back from it and allows Gabrielle to do her thing. He allows her to operate.
And sometimes those dynamics are just, that's fine too. And if it works for them, as you know, they have a colorful family. And
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If it works for them, it works for them. But what I'm saying is, would I suggest a relationship to the grand swath of people out here? No, I wouldn't. I would not suggest people follow their path and their playbook of relationships. Hell no, I wouldn't.
I mean, I know. I don't really like the coming out with the interviews to sort of like need to defend everything that everybody said, but I get it. They're in the public eye. I'm sure they read comments, which can get intense on itself. So let's send some love to Gabrielle and Dwyane.
Healing energy. So my birthday twin, she commented on this. Definitely birthday twin, go back and watch. We talked about this, about the My House comment. We broke it down. So definitely check out at the beginning. We hopped in the beginning and broke this down about the trauma response. Well, I said trauma response. Drea was like, if it works for them, it works for them.
I'm a firm believer in that. I will keep it. Life is too hard already. If you find some dynamic that works for you and it's, an outlier, as Freddie loves to say, then you do you. That's what I always say. And if you're just joining us, you guys, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, do all the things, please. We are talking about Gabrielle Union, or we're moving on. We're now moving on, though. Exactly, Lacey. Do whatever works. Thank you, Auntie. Okay, now moving on to a lovely, juicy topic. Should we do Khalees and Bill first, or should we jump into the?
Yeah, let's talk about Khalees and Bill Murray real quick.
Let's talk about Bill and Khalees, honey. Okay, so as you guys know, or if you don't know, breaking news: Bill Murray and Khalees are allegedly dating. Is this confirmed? Is this just hearsay at this point?
I don't, I think it's still kind of hearsay, but we can talk about the dynamics.
Okay.
Because obviously came from somewhere.
Is 72, 73, and Khalees is a grown woman, which Freddie doesn't like that I say, at 43 years old. And Freddie and I had a lovely conversation. Exactly. Get it, Khalees. And by the way, who knew Bill Murray had a little, swirl milkshake in his little mind? I didn't know.
I mean, it's a fetish, man. White men got fetishes all day, every day.
Oh my God, it's not just a fetish. Just because she's black, Freddie, it's fine. He can date a black woman if he chooses. Okay, he's 73 years old.
What'd you just say? Who knew Bill Murray?
Who knew?
Yeah, white men can date black women. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But you live 70 years.
Freddie, we do not know if he's never dated a black woman. This is just in the news now. We don't know. We don't know what Bill Murray been up to. Don't nobody know. All I know is I was happy to see this. I thought it was very interesting because I'm thinking to myself, who said what to who? How did we get here? Okay, but Freddie gave me some backstory, which if you'd like to share on Bill Murray and Khalees, that I actually did not know. And I did know Khalees used to date, as you guys know, the rapper Nas. They've been on and off, according to.
No, they have a child together. They have a child. They were married.
Okay. You said they were off and on, though. They've had a tumultuous relationship, right?
Yeah. No, they weren't off and on. They were married and then got a divorce. And then since then, it's been tumultuous. It's been hard. Exactly. Remember? So Nas has an album called Life is Good. On the cover, he has a wedding dress draped across his lap.
Okay. What's the album called again?
Life is Good.
With the wedding dress on his lap.
It was right after he divorced Khalees.
Oh, like bye Felicia. I'm good now. Because we're divorced?
Yeah, it's like a subliminal shot. Because like they were actually married and then they got divorced. They got divorced and they have a child. They were fighting over custody of a child,
right?
Child support, that whole deal.
And Khalees probably isn't easy to deal with.
She had a song that said, "I hate you so much right now. I hate."
Oh, she did? I didn't remember that. I forgot.
Right. So, she dropped a song like that. And then in the song, she talked about killing her man. if he cheated on her, like shooting him. So I mean, this is Khalees, but Nas married her. Despite all that, he married her.
I think he's a Pisces. Is he a Pisces? Somebody look it up.
I don't know.
Bill and Shake brings all.
But here's the kicker though. It is noted that Bill Murray is one of Nas's favorite actors.
If you guys knew this fact, I did not know this. Freddie just dropped this little gem on me. I had no idea.
Bill Murray is one of Nas's favorite actors. And so Nas and Khalees, they've been going at it for some years.
So you can understand what Freddie's getting at by Khalees being with
right. So it's called being petty. And the thing is nobody can be pettier than a woman. A woman can be pettier than a man.
That is absolutely not true.
What?
It's not true. What do you act like we post memes and do weird things like that? And we don't do all those things.
No, getting back at somebody. If you want to get back at somebody, go to one of your homegirls. Don't go to one of your homeboys. the homeboys gonna be like, we gonna get back. We're gonna pull up on them. They want to smoke. We just gonna beat you up. Women gonna find a way that's gonna make you beat yourself up. You don't want to beat yourself up. And they're gonna be sitting back like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why he's mad.
What do you mean?
Why is he mad?
What's the problem?
What's going on with him? I mean, I'm just dating Bill. I mean, I'm just living my life.
Yeah, maybe she is just living her life. When did they get divorced?
Bill Murray of all people, old ass Bill Murray.
Yeah, but he's really funny. He's probably really funny, and
Look, exactly. Like he's probably really funny, but what does the funny do when it's time to go to sleep?
What?
What does the funny do when it's time to go to sleep, though?
But I don't understand the question, Freddie.
What does the funny do when it's time to get into bed, though?
Oh, right. Well, we don't know. Maybe Bill Murray's laying it down. He's 73.
Is that important for you, Drea?
This isn't about me.
Oh no! Oh, okay. Y'all forgot she asexual though.
I am definitely not. However,
I'm definitely not.
Listen, we don't know what a 73-year-old can do. He's a celebrity, so maybe he has. Corey said, "Marcus, darling," from Boomerang. That's funny. That's a good reference, Corey. Thank you. I appreciate that. But listen, to each their own, Freddie. And I hope that we see a wedding in the future for Khalees.
That's not gonna happen. Like I don't like.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
Because that's the pettiness behind it, and Nas got to deal with it with Khalees. Like I will also, like me, I'm all about self accountability, and the thing is that Nas married her. He married her. He knocked her up. Mm-hmm. So it's something he got to deal with. He dealing with Khalees being crazy and petty nonstop. I mean, because I find it hard to believe he didn't see, like, as he dated her and got engaged, he didn't see any of these traits to know better. We're not even in a situation.
Nas likes a little spicy woman. That's why he married her.
Yeah, some dudes do that, but
Khalees doesn't seem like she's like a calm.
Yeah, you don't marry the spicy woman. You have fun with the spicy woman.
Apparently, you can marry the spicy one, and you have a child with them, and then you divorce them.
Yeah, no.
Your favorite celebrity.
Just because you can do something to me, you should.
I agree, but he did.
You have fun with the spicy woman, and then you send her on her way.
You can marry the spicy woman if you can turn her spice down a little bit.
Nah. No, any man worth it, you don't turn the woman's spice down. That spice is what that gonna be, unless she in her early 20s, unless she 19, 20, 21.
Here we
go.
No,
I mean,
that note, Freddie, on that note, excuse me, somebody being in their early 20s, I said Khalees is a grown woman, guys. I just like to know when Freddie was talking, because he made it sound like Bill Murray took advantage of Khalees, who's 43 years old. Give me a break. Okay, I'm sorry. Was
that a Bell moment? I don't know if that was a Bell moment.
Yes, that was a Bell moment for me, Freddie. If we were on the phone, so I'm bringing the bell back. Yeah, okay. Bill Murray did not go up to Khalees and try to treat her like a little child and say, "Oh, come to me, Black woman." Okay, she's up in Northern Cali milking her cow. She has a nice farm. Does she have a farm, Auntie Lacey? I didn't know that. Maybe she does have a farm. I don't know.
I mean, no, it's not about her being a child. It's about life experience. If somebody has way more life experience than somebody else, then there's a high likelihood of possible manipulation there.
So you can
child.
manipulate the spicy 23-year-old to calm her down, right?
No. What I was saying about that is when somebody gets in their 40s, like them changing, like with you, like what's the likelihood of Drea changing who she is?
Excuse me. Thank you. Let's not make this about me. I'm 25.
Okay.
So let's move on. Okay.
Okay. But anybody you know that's 35, 40, 45, what's the chance of them they act a certain way?
It's not
and they
impossible. It's possible.
I didn't say it was impossible. I said the likelihood is way more likely for somebody 21 than somebody 41 to change who they are. Way more likely.
Well, you know.
Right. And so if you meet a woman with spice and she over 30 and like you let that spice be.
Give me a break. You can be unspiced at 30. Let us know in the comments. Do you think you can be unspiced at 30? Let us know in the comments. Freddie says no. I say
okay. Make sure y'all liking, you know, we appreciate the comment. Make sure y'all liking too and sharing. Make sure y'all share this, guys.
Oh yes, please share. Share all the things. But yeah, I do think you can unspice a little bit.
I don't know about that, but you know. It's likely, but the older you get, the less likely it is to change who you are.
But I just want to know, why did you allude to the fact that Bill Murray was taking advantage of Khalees?
I mean, I'm not saying he is, but I think it's definitely a possibility. I think it's definitely a nice.
Possible.
He's 70-some years old. She's 43.
What is he saying to her? I mean,
what you mean? I don't know what he's saying. I ain't there. Like, what you mean? What he's saying to her?
I just don't think that's possible.
Like it ain't always like, oh, somebody got this great game and they spitting this honey in their ear.
Bill Murray spitting game to Khalees and her being like,
that's what you saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's on the 2023 bingo card. Bill Murray and Khalees are an item, at least allegedly. I hope we see wedding photos.
Please stop. All right, last one is sexual fantasies. Freaky Deaky, Drea.
Oh my God, I will take it away, you guys. Okay, so this is an interesting topic. Freddie sent me this meme, and do you have it? You have it, right?
Do I? Let me see.
Okay, you look for it. So this woman asks, if you are in a serious relationship and you tell your partner one of your like deep, you know, dark sexual fantasies, is that okay? I think there's a bunch of questions to be asked here. What point are you at in the relationship? Wait, did Freddie freeze? Are you there, Freddie? I think Freddie froze. He's frozen, but that's okay. Maybe he'll come back.
Oh, I'm looking for the.
Oh, okay. I thought we lost
for the thing.
For the thing. So, you know, sexual fantasies in a relationship is interesting. Now, I believe in being open. I do not want to date someone who has some like weird fetish thing that I have no idea about. I want to know everything, but that's just me. I don't want to find out later that, you know, my man's into some, I'm not even going to say it, but whatever. So Freddie's going to find the clip, I think. And then I can try
was it the woman with, you sent me the one with she got 2 boyfriends and a husband.
No. It's the one you sent me about the girl saying, if I want to be with 2 guys, remember? And she's like, they're eating Cheerios. I will look for it, Freddie, and you can give your comments. I'll find it faster than you, for sure.
You think so?
I think so. Yes, I will find
it. I can't remember where I sent it to you at.
But what you sent it to me on Instagram. What are your thoughts on this particular issue? Like sharing your sexual fantasies with your partner.
Sharing my sexual fantasy.
Yeah. Do you think if your wife came to you and said, hey, I want to do some weird out-of-pocket stuff. Here it is. I found it. See, I knew I could find it faster than you.
Hold on. You at?
Hold on. How do I stop it? Okay, wait. We're gonna share it.
So when it comes to sexual fantasies, I think that's like, I mean, I don't know. I think that's deep in the relationship, really. You know what I mean? Like maybe you like kind of touch on it. I don't know.
Let's play the clip and then we'll refresh,
play the clip.
We'll refresh your mind here.
Yeah.
But I got a question. If me and you are in a relationship and we eating Cheerios and I randomly say, I want to get taken to Pound Town by 3 at the same time. Will that make you look at me differently?
Why are y'all eating Cheerios?
Because they say they want us to be comfortable, but where are we supposed to be comfortable to have these conversations?
Let me ask you.
Your cousin.
She just did the shit from
Is
earlier.
it okay?
She went to the furthest end of the spectrum.
You dropped 3 at breakfast.
Thank you.
I'm trying to.
Is that breakfast?
I'm trying. You know what I mean?
I'm asking when the right time
This
is.
just isn't the. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when we having dinner,
Keita,
having
I got
some
your back
wine.
here.
I
I got your back here because in real life, I have a friend who went through something like this, where she told her husband, like, "Oh, I've always had the fantasy of sleeping with 2 dudes at once." And when I tell you, her husband has not let that go, and it's been 3 years.
So, okay, Freddie, you sent this to me, so you go first.
So here's the thing. Pineapple story. Pineapple story, yeah. Like the thing is with that is your mom just nasty.
Oh, I know my mom's thoughts.
Right. But the thing with that is, it's like, I think it's important. Even if you guys hadn't had sex yet, I think it's important to kind of know these things, to know where this person you want to date is sexually. Because some people want to really push the envelope and really want to go deep into the forest with all these sexual things and finding pleasure, all this other type of stuff. Other people are like, they're at the beginning, they're at the front part of the forest, and everything is good. And they're like, I'm satisfied. I don't need to find out. Is there something more? Like some people have the mentality of they want to find out if there's something more, even if it's already good. They want to see if there's more that make it even better. Some people like, it's good, I can camp out here and I'm good. And that's what you find out. We're talking about fantasies, all that type of stuff. But with fantasies, I think it definitely got to be organic. Like, you had that conversation, you work into it to where you can the conversation could just flow. I don't think questioning somebody like, "Hey, Drea, what's your fantasy?" Like, I don't think that works like that. You just talk and then let it come out.
If your partner came to you and said this, "I have a fantasy of being with 2 men," would you look at
that doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me.
Okay, but what if she said, "This is something that I need to do"?
Okay, well, go do it then. Like,
but you guys are not going to be together.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, here's the thing. I can't take you serious anymore.
Okay.
I can't take you serious no more. Like, here's the thing with, I'm gonna drop a cold gem for all the women out there watching.
Here we all listen up, guys.
Get this gem. Thanks for the bell. Get this gem. Women, when men are involved or connected to you or dating or whatever, we either take you serious or we don't take you serious. It's either or. If we take you serious, then you are still in the running to be our wife. If there's something wild like that happens to where then, okay, we don't take you serious anymore, then you can't be our wife. There's no way we're going to marry you. There's no way we're going to put a finger on you. We will blaze until the time run out, and then you really pressure us like, "Oh, well, look, we ain't having sex no more until you put a ring on it." Okay, well, we ain't having sex no more. I'm about to move on and have sex with somebody else. But men either take you serious or don't take you serious. So, and the reason why I'm saying that, because a lot of women bring up IG models got the booty out. That's what y'all men like, because the women and the women got the BBLs and all that type of stuff, and y'all be all in their comments and liking and all this other type of stuff. So it must work. But the thing women don't understand is none of those women men take serious. We don't take any of those women serious. That's like, oh, fun. So yeah, we want to blaze and have fun and then send them on their way and find a nice, cute, nice, quiet girl that brings me peace and brings peace, and then marry her. That's the woman we take serious.
Quiet girl.
I mean, I threw quiet in there. Me pull not really quiet. That's a personality trait. But a woman that just brings peace, whether she's quiet, loud, extroverted, introverted, she brings peace. She is willing to submit and follow the plan and get on board and not challenge me and not be aggressive and combative.
Oh God. So if you
and so look, when I say challenge, I don't mean like
don't
trying to
want to
make
challenge, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, let me jump in there. 'Cause I knew you was off on me.
You know
When
how
I say
am.
challenge, a woman should just challenge you to make you want to be better. She's challenging who you are so you can continue to improve.
Purposeful challenging.
Right, not challenge as in verbal challenging me. Like, hey, I'm doing this. Why? Why are we like questioning challenging? Like, why are we doing this? Why are you doing? No, what do you shouldn't do that. Like, remember last time you did that? And it's like that challenging. I don't like men don't want that. Men don't want that.
I know.
Men don't want that.
Yeah. Well, okay. My take on it is this particular video was a little extreme. I think that
100%.
If any woman came to their partner and said it just like this, like she literally said, I want to F your cousin. No man wants to hear that. No woman wants to hear that. I think this is the absolute wrong approach. But I think it does bring up really good conversations about sex in a relationship, because I look at this question as somebody saying this is just, again, my opinion. I don't know. Depending on how sexual a person is, this is something that I would think you would bring up maybe like down the road, not this particular thing. This is just this woman's particular fantasy. But what do you do at 10, 15 years where the sex changes and maybe it's not as exciting? And then your partner, wife is like, hey, Freddie, listen, I want to try something else. It maybe doesn't even involve another person. It involves just some other kind of stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? So those kind of conversations, I think, are important to have, because suppressing that stuff, in my opinion, is not a good thing either. I dated someone many years ago, and he had some interesting fantasies. And I said to myself, I was like, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to do that. That is not happening. You're not putting that there. I'm not doing it. So if this is something that you need to do, then you're going to need to find, another partner, because I'm just not going to do it. But he was open about it. And the thing is, I wasn't even mad at him, because I think that whatever you need to do to make sense for you, especially sexually for men, I don't want to keep that from somebody. So if you need to go do it, then, and we can't be on the same page about it, then you got to go. But I never want to make somebody feel bad about, like, I definitely heard some weird things in my time where I'm like, you want to do what? Why? Well, okay, whatever you need to do, but it ain't gonna happen to me. I'll tell you that right now. So,
I mean, the thing is, I think in a lot of this fantasy talk, we talk about being with somebody. People don't understand what love is, man. People, like, the word love, people don't know what it means. People don't know what it is. People do not understand what love is. Love is about, when you with somebody, love means that other person is your priority. Like, yes, you aren't your first priority. That other person is your priority. And love, like, when people talk about love conquers all, like, love is a powerful thing. But we live in a world now where people have co-opted the word love, co-opted what it means, and then we just apply it to everything. Like, just apply love, love here. And it's like, that's not what love means. Like, that might be some love there, but that's not what the word love means. And so when we talk about marriages, we talk about fantasies and what people want to do. Is the thing is that if you marry somebody and you marry them precisely and optimally because you love them, thing is that you will grow together. I've met couples that start to look alike. They move in sync. And they can't even help it. They're not even trying to move in sync. They just move in sync. Like, the other one can speak for the other one and vice versa, like that. And they know, like, he not gonna like that. Like it's something beautiful when you can meet a woman and you about to do something for a husband, and that woman be like, nope, don't do that. He ain't gonna like that. No, you're not about to get me in trouble. She will just start to talk like, you ain't about to get me fussed at. Nope, don't do that. No, he probably not gonna like that. Da 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 da. And you do it all, and he come and he has the exact reaction she said through this whole multi-layered thing, because she knows him that well. Because when you love somebody, you're focused on them day in, day out. You're learning them. You know them better than you know yourself. And the thing is, when you talk about fantasies and all those types of things, it gets to the point to where, like, people start to, like, think about me. Like, what about me? I want to do this.
That's my question to you. That is my question to you, because, again, I acknowledge the fact that I've not been in a relationship for 10 years. I don't know what that looks like. And I think it's a beautiful thing if you can, for the entire portion of your marriage or whatever, the whole entirety of it, be focused on that other person. I think that's beautiful. But I think, as you love to say, there are nuances in things. There's ebbs and flows in relationships. There's ups and downs. There's times where you hate your partner. There's times you love your partner. Through it all, hopefully you will always love them. There are times where you're going to think about yourself or think about what you want. And hopefully you can always, as you say, grow together. But there are going to be some times where you want to do things for you. And I think the important thing about that is to share it with your partner and see what you guys can come up with together. I don't think it's good to just say, oh, this person doesn't like this at all. I'm never going to do this. I'm going to suppress that, because that will come out in other ways and it builds resentment. It does, Freddie. And the thing is, I think a lot of times you speak from this like beautiful place. I love it, but it's not always based into something where it's like you're looking at the marriage. Like, you're with this person every single day. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have good days. But but some days you may not be able to. Like that Brene Brown video I sent you, where she says she asks her husband, how much do you have to give today? And he's like, oh, I only got 20%. So she's like, okay, I'm going to pick up the other 80, right? So you're choosing that person. But I think, to me, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship where my partner is suppressing something at his detriment for me. That is what I'm saying. I don't want that. So hopefully when you get married, you do know all these things about a person. But as you've been with them for a long time, these things can change. They're different. You know, not everything's going to be the same as when you first got together at 10 years. So maybe your partner in 10 years comes to you with some sexual thing that they found out and they're like, hey, whatever.
I think, but the part you're missing is true love. Like when you so right here what Jocelyn said, not if you love someone enough and know they don't like that, you have to be willing to let some things go. So like to what you said, like if you love somebody, then that same person can take you to the other end of where you can hate them. That makes sense. Like you can't hate somebody you don't have a strong feelings about. And so you're gonna have bad days. That's granted. But the thing is, when you love somebody and you are in a relationship, a loving relationship that you set up from the beginning, from the outset of being intentional about where you're trying to go, and then you walk that path with that person, and then you two go to the altar, commit your life to one another. It goes back to what I said. They are your priority. That person is you're that person's priority. So that person's looking at you, you're looking at them. And so the thing is kind of to what you were saying is like there's the point. Well, what about me? At some point in time, people become selfish. When you think in your mind, what about me? That's when you become selfish, and then that's where breakdowns happen. Because the thing is that, like what you said, if you're with a man and his focus is you, and you're with him and your focus is him, and that's your priority. So the thing is a lot of people get in relationships where they are the priority, and then it's their partner, and that is incorrect. When your partner is a priority and then vice versa, you can look at them and you can tell like if they're dragging, you can come to them, hey, like what you said, well, what's going on, so on and so forth. Like, hey, I don't have it. All I got is 20%. Hey, look, well, I'm gonna pick up the slack here. I got the 80%. We're gonna make it through. And vice versa. You're looking at them, you're watching them walk, and you can tell and you know that they don't have it in that moment, in this week or whatever. And you're communicating with them. The word you love to use, communication. You're communicating with them and you understand where they are, and you can pick up the slack. And vice versa. They're watching you. When you're watching someone, you can learn someone way better. You can see the plank in their eye way easier than you can see the plank in your own eye. That's how human philosophy works. You seeing your own problems is very hard. You seeing somebody else's problems are very easy. That's why you watch your partner and make them your priority. So in a relationship, like you use the word suppress. The thing is that I
want to ask you about. So if you want something, Freddie, and you're in a relationship and it's not something that your partner wants to do, let's just even forget sexually. Let's just throw that out. But you find that you suppressing this is coming at a detriment to yourself. Then what do you do? Because of the true love that you have for this
why
person?
Can your partner not start to at least feel it? To have that conversation where those things come out. Why does your partner not know? That's what I'm saying. True love.
Even if they do know. Okay, so you're saying on both ends, then that partner will compromise to make whatever happen for you.
It's like, for example, I'm married and I'm with my wife. Like, I'm attentive to her. I'm watching her every single day. I go to sleep with her. I watch her every single day, day in, day out.
For relationships not to be perfect every day. Like there's not going to be
No,
some
listen,
like amazing
listen,
thing
I'm not.
where every single day we've just figured it out. Like some
But
days
see,
it won't be great.
but see, I'm not going to absolutes. I'm not saying every single day is going to be perfect. That's not what I'm saying. That's why I began this whole conversation with there's going to be bad as you love someone, you're going to hate them. That's a part of it. I've talked to several, more than I can even count, married people who've been married over 20 years, every single last one of them talking about their relationship have went to a dark place. When you look in their eyes, it's like, ooh, like, yeah, y'all went to a dark area.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. That's why it goes back to love conquers all. You may go to a dark place, but then you persevere. You have to fight. The thing is when you're in a marriage, it's not about you. And that's the point I'm trying to overall make, is that I'm suppressing this. I want to do this. When you're in a marriage, there is no more I. You should never say I. That's done. And the thing is if that's in your mind and that's in your heart, you aren't ready to be married, and that's fine. But you got to find that way to where you get to a place to where if I'm gonna date somebody and I want to get married, I want to be serious, I want to be monogamous with this person, I have to leave. I have to replace them with them. I have to replace that I with them.
100%. I would always say that in relationships that you have to make a decision from a.
You're not 100% in agreement, though.
No, I am. I'm 100% in agreement with that part, that you have to make a decision from a we standpoint. But I'm saying on both ends, if I see, no, this is.
I knew the butt was coming. I was like, what
I'm saying no. If you, like you said, if you see, and that's a great point, I'll say that. If you see that something is coming to a detriment to your partner, you have to be willing to find that compromise. But I just don't know. Again, not have been in a relationship for 10 years, so I don't know what that looks like. But I don't know if you can always find a compromise. And at that point, what do you do? Right? Like if it's something inside of you where you're like, oh, like this is an extreme example of whatever, this woman said on the meme, which I mean, I think if any man heard their woman say that I mean, I don't know, unless, he's into whatever, but that's a lot. And she's like, this is just something I need. Then the relationship is probably going to have to go, to a different place. But I don't know what you do when you feel like it's something you can't do, but your partner says that I really need this, or I need to do this. Then what do you do?
I mean, I like I said, it goes back to the synergy. Like, and the thing is, a lot of people don't understand really, because like a lot of people haven't seen that, because like we getting further and further away from true synergy in a married couple. And the thing is that you get with somebody and you're married and you're walking that walk, you're growing together. You're not growing apart. Like you can grow apart. If you're growing separately, a lot of people get married, the wife is growing and the husband is growing, but they're growing separately. So obviously, yes, there can and most likely will be a time where y'all grow apart, because she growing at this speed, he growing at this speed in this direction. And next thing you know, they look up and they not next to each other. And it's like, oh, we different people. We might as well just break up and to get a divorce. Right. But when you get married and we're together, we're locked in. When you're locked and attached to something, you can't separate. If one person growing fast, that other person gotta go fast because they're connected with that person. They have no choice. And so that's the thing. Like everybody wants a choice. Everybody wants to be an individual. This is me. This is my body. This is my life. And my. If that's your mentality, marriage isn't for you. Just be a swinger, have sex, let people have sex with you, and then let them leave when they want to leave, and let them do what they're gonna do, and you do what you're gonna do. When you're gonna get married, it has to be y'all are together. There is no my money, my house, my I. It ain't none of that. It ain't none of that. Okay, if y'all like your focus is that person. Like if a woman gets married, your focus is that man. What can I do for that man to support him and to make his life easier? As a man, your focus is that woman. How can I protect and make sure that she's good and no harm, hurt, or any calamity befalls her? Period, point blank.
I understand. But I also want to touch on what my cousin just said. Hi, Jocelyn. Is that thing more important than your spouse? It's not about the thing being more important. I think it's about, if you are feeling that you're going to a bad place or a dark place, or you're building resentment to your partner because you can't do X, Y, and Z. And that's what I was touching on, because you're right, Freddie. I think that is more highlighted these days. Things of like, what about me? like, you know, I love to bring up Will and Jada because he because he said, you know,
Will and Jada, Gabby and D-Wade, boy, them terrible.
And then I almost said Sierra and Russell because I know you love them so much.
I mean, they are a little bit different, but they getting affected by Hollywood.
Okay, thank you.
They getting affected by Hollywood. That's because thing is, Sierra used to have music, used to be booming in music. Her music ain't booming no more. So she's just trying to stay irrelevant. But you know,
I mean, yeah, she does.
Russell better than me because I'd be like, bro, you relevant in this house. Forget all that.
I mean, look, I don't know. My cousin said, what things are more important than your spouse that couldn't be okay with it? I'm just saying, when you get married and you've been married for a long time, I just think sometimes, you know, as you grow together, hopefully there may be things that, you know, your partner doesn't want you to do that you really want to do. And
read this with your cousin and aunt. What do you say?
Jocelyn, that's my cousin.
Yeah, read that.
More important or being idolized, because what things would you want so bad that your spouse couldn't be okay with it? I'm just giving way for people changing in relationships, and hopefully they can change together and find compromise, but sometimes you can't. So I think at some point, Freddie, we should bring on couples, and I would love to bring on this one couple that is married and they have an open marriage and just talk to them. I'm not saying that it's not for me. It's not for me. Not for me. However, I'm just saying, because this particular issue of what you're talking about, being an individual, it's sort of like, you know, I mean, they are one of the happiest couples that I know. Just saying. It's not for me. I would never do that.
I mean, the thing is you know,
no shade to people who do that. Live your life.
I mean, what is happy? You know what I mean? Like, you know, what is happy? Is live and let live, truly happy? Because the thing is, people could be happy but unfulfilled. You know what I mean? And so are we trying to be happy, or are we trying to be fulfilled in life?
Can't you be?
You know what I mean? Like fulfillment is something different. Like when you have a fulfilling job, it's also a part of it is like, I may not be happy a big part of the time, but this is fulfilling to me. Like me being a host, a lot of things make me unhappy about the gig, but me emceeing and being a host, that's fulfilling. Like when I sit back and I look back on what I've done, or like macro and micro, it's fulfilling. It's like, that's dope.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even though there was a lot of heartache and pain and issues that, you know, wasn't happy, wasn't nice. But when it's all said and done, when it's done, I'm fulfilled in what I've done. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people just want to be happy, because that's the whole Disney. Disney's probably been between Disney and social media, some of the worst things that ever happened to mankind.
Social media, I absolutely agree. I was talking about this the other day about the unlimited options, and we've talked about this in the podcast before, and how that's, you know, just changed everything, and people are disposable, and it's changed the dynamics of relationships, the structure of marriage, and all the things, which is why I told you that a lot of people are doing the ENM, the ethical non-monogamy, which is like huge right now on social media. And listen, I'm very curious to see where this will land in about 50 years. I'm very curious. But I did hear, listen, it is what it is. I can't stop these things. They're happening, so they have to be part of the conversation, because it is what it is.
Look, man, we're going down a road. I was at Bonnaroo, and Liquid Death the Water had an activation where people can come sell their souls.
Wait, what?
So are you familiar with Are you familiar with Liquid Death Water?
Yes.
So they had an activation. They built out a house on the grounds of Bonnaroo.
You posted that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You saw it. Yeah. They had a house. You can come and sell your soul. It had a big sign that said "Sell your soul."
Well,
and so
fun. It was just probably like a little.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Fun or not, words mean something. Words mean something. It's crazy how people be like, "Oh, put it out into the universe. Say this. Say it. You know, put it in the universe. So the universe can make it happen. Speak it out. You know, all this type of stuff." People say this, but then you have something called "Sell Your Soul," and they putting something out to the universe, and people will do it and say it's all in fun. But that you got that. But I saw the house, and I thought it was just messaging. It was like, oh, they're trying to be edgy. I walked up to the house. You literally sell your soul. You sign a contract. In the contract,
well, now
it says they're taking your soul. At the front of the house are two reapers. We're two reapers. You walk between the two reapers, reaper of death, You sign a contract with your name, your number, all your information in a contract. It talks about you are now giving your soul over for membership into the Liquid Death Society. They stamp your hand, and then when the girl stamps it, she makes like a little. They got like a little sound they make was like it's sizzling into your hand,
sizzling it on you.
Yeah, and you walk in. All you get, people were in line to do this to get a can of water and to go into a AC room.
I was wondering, what do you get when you sell your soul? I was just wondering.
And then you get 20%, like 20 or 30% off Liquid Death merchandise.
Well, you know, I got no comment. And maybe it's just a testament to where we're going in society.
Oh, 100%. Now, like, so then when people talk about the mark of the beast in the Bible and people getting the mark to
Bonnaroo,
like,
Mom, Bonnaroo.
People are gonna be like, hell yeah, give me the mark so I can buy the new J's. Hell yeah, give me the mark so I can spend money. I'm like, yes. Like Satan himself could have been at the door with horns and like, come on in, come on in. People be like, sign me up.
Well, okay. I think we got it. You know, I just think it's interesting, you know, at a certain point in a relationship, and hopefully you can find the compromise to make it work together. But I don't think that you should suppress something to the detriment of your mental health to, you know, because it's going to show up in your relationship anyway. Hopefully you can talk about it. That's
I don't understand why whatever you suppressing your partner will have no idea exists. That's
Freddie, you think
a problem.
Everybody in a relationship shares everything with their partner? No, they probably
no.
don't.
I'm not saying you like, because the thing is you could be with somebody and know like something is up.
Hopefully, Freddie, I told you you're a bit of a unicorn. You're way more evolved emotionally than the average male.
I'm not saying that is the case. I'm saying that should be the case. That's everything I'm saying. I'm trying to push relationships towards that, because people just get a relationship aren't intentional and they just be with somebody just to be with somebody, and they never get to that point. And so they'll just two ships passing in the night, just walking past somebody in the house, and they're living individually. The other person living individually, and they just exist with each other. And the person has something suppressed and be wanting to do all over this, and that person over here because they done grew apart. That's my point. Like like love.
I agree.
Love. Like you got to get with somebody, be structured, and that only happens with structure. If you don't have structure, then anything can happen. It's just. And you wonder why things get out of control. Wonder why, like, let's get a divorce. This is too much. I can't do this in my 40s.
And then they're gonna go sell their soul to Liquid Death, and then that's it.
There you go, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Another episode of The Token of the Truth. It's your main man, Freddie B, right here with
Drea Renee. Wait, you can't. You know we can't go yet. We can't go. We must play.
Oh, you trying to play the music? I forgot.
Obviously, that's how we go out. Yes, we did it, you guys. We'll be back next week. We apologize.
Yeah, like, comment, and share, guys.
Yes, like, comment, share. The Token of the Truth. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Y'all know what it is. We'll holler at you. Make sure y'all follow us on the IG. Y'all see it at the bottom. Do that. Click that. Click that.